Has anyone ever treated you badly or made you feel awful because of what they said or did? Self-esteem. We often believe that respect is derived from how others treat us. Stoic thought says that real respect comes from within, so treat us however you want ourselves if we learn to change our thoughts, control our emotions, and use when we apply the ideas of Stoicism to our daily lives. No one can insult or put us down. In this video, I'll show you 15 lessons from the Stoic school of thought. Great thinkers like to use rules that have stood the test of time. Mark Antony and Seneca, these lessons will help you in more ways than one. You avoid being rude and help build a strong soul and inner calm. Respect yourself, and let's start this path to find mental power and freedom that no one else can take away from you. After that, no one will be able to treat you badly. As always, I encourage you to watch the entire video. If you're really serious about staying calm in every scenario and getting better, please leave a note. Whether you say, "I accept the challenge," or "I accept the challenge to practice," keep going, and let's start with the first part of today's. The first video is about awareness in Stoic thought. Being mindful is more than just being aware of the present moment. Mindfulness gives us a deep understanding of our minds and lives. The skill of keeping our feelings in check and not acting on impulse in unexpected situations. When others insult you or put you in a tough spot, do you often wonder if it's what other people say that hurts you, or how you respond that hurts you? For awareness to work, we need to have a clear picture of reality, that we can't change, and to focus on what we can, ourselves. Like the Stoic theory that Jesus taught, why do you see the end? However, don't mistake it for a glimmer in your own eye. This is how it appears. We should take time to reflect on ourselves before responding to others. We can't stop other people from saying or doing things that could hurt us, but we can decide how to deal with them. Responding with awareness helps us see that attacks are just tests of our emotional stability and calmness, like when you're faced with being aware. It helps you not only handle criticism at work or rudeness in a relationship, but it's important to stay cool and see things for what they really are. Insults reveal more about the speaker than your true value, so are you prepared to face each day? Every day, be aware and look for clarity in every moment, because only with mindfulness can you truly assist yourself in taking control of your life. Being compassionate is not a sign of weakness, it's a power that you can't see. Stoic philosophy says that kindness comes from having a heart that understands and a calm mind. This demonstrates our compatibility with human nature. As Marcus Aurelius once stated, we should either teach them better or put up with them when we are together. It's easy to understand that everyone is going through their own problems. To make a difference in modern life, we need to understand and help others. Imagine a stranger unexpectedly encountering a couple who appear unfixable. When someone becomes angry with you, they often start blaming you instead of apologizing. It could be anger, but what if you didn't respond with fury? What if you stopped and asked them to think about what might have happened to them this morning? Maybe they are dealing with hidden pain, like losing a job or other emotional problems. When we take a moment to remember that everyone is carrying their own load. Hold back our anger and let a GLE look or a kind word help us understand and give comfort to someone who is upset. And kindness at these times, not only does it make the other person happy, but it also brings us joy. When there is disagreement, we make room for forgiveness. When we think about it, how many times have we criticized someone without knowing what they're going through? How many times have our biases prevented us from showing kindness? Life inevitably involves change. We find the meaning of life in this steady change that happens all the time, like a breeze, and things we thought would last forever can quickly go away. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the only way to deal with it is through acceptance. We can only live easily if we accept change. Have you ever wondered why people do the things they do? People often fear change. This could be due to their attachment to the past or their desire to maintain control over the future. Everything in life, joy, success, sadness, is true tomorrow. Loss is short-term, like flowers that only grow for a season before dying. Understanding that things change makes every moment more valuable and helps us learn, valuing the present instead of dwelling on what has been lost. Big events in life, such as a successful business, demonstrate how things change over time. An empire builder who lost everything in an investment instant because of an economic problem. But what makes them unique? What makes them strong is not what they have, but how they deal with things. The best quote from Epictetus: "It's not what happens to you, but how you deal with it." Life is always changing, so how you respond to it is important. Change is a constant, so we shouldn't resist it. Learn to accept change and see it as a chance to grow while we still can. If we control time, we can control our thoughts and actions. How do you react to changes in your life? Are you afraid of change? With bravery and determination. Number 4. Stoic thought asserts that humility extends beyond mere denigration of others. A deep understanding of where we really fit in the world. It helps us see that no matter how many accomplishments, facts, or events we gather, we may be small in comparison to the vastness of the unknown. But do we have the right to be? Being humble without being cocky is the key to living with an open heart. Are you ready to learn from everyone and everything? Have you ever thought about whether being humble can help you get along with others and do well at work? Who is willing to listen when we think we already know everything? If you want to grow, don't let pride stop you from learning something new. Consider current leaders who have performed well, rather than those you may consider to be beneath you. What makes famous scientists or business leaders stand out in these times? Always wanting to learn more and stay humble, despite one of the richest people in the world, Bill Gates, has done many amazing things, shared that it's by always learning and being humble in the face of what he doesn't know yet, is that he built the Microsoft empire. Being humble also aids us in coping. It's easier to deal with mistakes when we know that everyone has limits. When we understand that every mistake is an opportunity to learn, we are less likely to be proud of ourselves or worry about what other people think of us. Think about your mistakes and what you learned, say the Stoics. Being humble is a spiritual compass that points us in the direction of real growth. Number 5. Use correct speech. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so in a world full of information, we should listen more than we speak. People sometimes speak without giving it much thought, appearing stoic. Philosophy tells us to think about every word we say. Right speech is not. It's not just about telling the truth, but also about doing it with respect and kindness. Have you ever considered the potential consequences? When someone is angry, they may say careless words that deeply hurt them. Even if hurting someone wasn't our intention, Stoics hold this belief. Being in charge of our words also means being in charge of our minds. Think about Abraham as an example of how uncontrolled thinking can lead to rash actions. Lincoln was a well-known leader during a dangerous time in American history. He was renowned for his ability to speak calmly and wisely instead of criticizing others. Even when he was at odds with his opponents, he decided to show respect and try to make peace. Lincoln's response to tough situations shows that careful speech can lessen conflict. When we use words correctly, we can create connections between gaps that appear unbridgeable. They are a strong tool that helps not only keep people safe, but additionally to make a peaceful existence where peace and thought are valued. Can you change someone's mind? Choose to be careful and kind. Word 6. Patience is an extremely valuable trait. In Stoic thought, waiting is not just a virtue that helps us find inner peace. It's not about waiting, but about being able to deal with and get through tough times. Maintaining composure in the face of challenges truly demonstrates patience. Do you get antsy and restless whenever something goes wrong? Ask yourself if you could change how you feel and learn. Could you find peace by facing problems with patience and calmness? Marcus Aurelius wrote about happiness even during the worst times. Consider hiring a pottery artist to manifest your desires that have been waiting for you since the beginning of time. To achieve a perfect peace, individuals must endure numerous unsuccessful attempts. Patience teaches us the same thing. Making progress takes time, and every task is a chance to learn and grow. Everyday life is a wonderful time to learn and grow. Don't worry about that while you're waiting to make an important decision. Time to improve yourself. Every waiting period provides you with an opportunity to become more composed and self-controlled, and patience helps us get through challenging times like a guiding light. Get through tough times without giving up. Let them become your friends. Making every moment of your life peaceful and strong is number 7. Stoic thought says that gratitude is at the heart of mental peace. Peace of mind comes from being thankful for the little things in life. Take pleasure in the present moment, but also learn to calmly accept changes. Ask yourself, do you often miss the little things that are important in your daily life? A nice meal, fresh air, or your health? These things may not seem important, but they are. We frequently find ourselves caught up in the cycle of wanting things we don't have. One real-life example of this is forgetting to value what we already have. This can be seen in the story of someone who survived a terrible accident but now refuses to discuss it. Do simple things every day, like going for a walk or looking at the blue sky, for yes, returning to these simple pleasures help them realize that these seemingly insignificant moments are the most important ones. True source of happiness, being thankful, changed their view of how important life was, and from that point on, through Stoicism, they lived a life of true peace and happiness. Being thankful is more than just thanking life for the beneficial things that happen. Obstacles provide opportunities for growth and development. Have you ever thought that you could learn to be grateful for the bad things that happen to you instead of blaming your luck? We should be grateful for the lessons that hard times teach us. Be thankful every day. You will see that life doesn't have to be perfect to be worthwhile. We'd like to keep our thank you and excellent job for making it this far in today's video. Your presence here today demonstrates your complete dedication to this journey. Let's now turn our attention to the final 8 rules as we examine how to pause and think during your day. There are 8 steps to improving as a person. Acceptance is one of the most challenging yet crucial lessons in life. Stoicism isn't just about letting go of past wrongs, it's the act of aspiring to break free from the chains of pain, like the great Marcus Aurelius. A calm emperor and sage once said, "Begin each day by telling yourself today is today. I will encounter disrespect, rudeness, deceit, and a lack of devotion. We will always have free will and be selfish, but we are empowered to choose. How do we deal with them? Forgiving someone doesn't mean we agree with what they did wrong. About letting go of the weight of hate by looking at the life of Jesus Christ, we see the picture of someone who always chose kindness, even when people did awful things to them. Father, forgive those who abused and hurt him. They don't know what they did." This sentence not only demonstrates boundless kindness, but also here's a lesson on the power of forgiveness. If Jesus could forgive in his worst moments, can't we? Just because regular people forgive doesn't mean that we should. Tolerating injustice is just the choice to not let our pain and anger take over. Lives. Can you recall a moment when you experienced anger and how it contributed to a happier life? Did it make you feel any worse? Forgiving is the way to get back what you lost. Peace of mind. When we forgive, we free ourselves as well as others. We need to keep in mind that forgiving others is not a sign of weakness. It is the best sign of spiritual strength. As I delved into the profound understanding of Stoicism, I felt a profound impact. This saying leads me to believe that the richest person is not necessarily the one with the most possessions. The person least in need has the most to gain. Stoicism is the 9th key to becoming truly great. Wise number 9. Happiness. Have you ever thought about why? People always want more, even when they're happy with what they have. It's not about not having enough or giving up, but about learning how to accept and enjoy what you have. The lesson of peace teaches us that happiness comes from having what we already have, does not come from getting more money, fame or power, but from being thankful for and happy with life's small everyday things. Take a moment to think about your own life. How often do you find yourself stuck in situations? We frequently find ourselves enmeshed in a cycle of envy and comparison. People want to reach for luxuries and social milestones, but how much of that is really important? Realizing that nothing lasts forever is what brings us peace and happiness. Learning to be content with the present moment makes you more calm. Stoicism for a peaceful life doesn't stop us from having dreams. It teaches us that our perception and appreciation of life determine its true worth. If we consider how much we already have, our hearts will be filled with gratitude. Stay at peace and don't worry about things we can't change. You may find examples of people around you who live simple but important lives. What makes them happy? Is it their wealth or simply their capacity for enjoyment? Discover the little things that life has to offer. Please feel free to share your thoughts and stories in the comments section below number 10. Giving is a very important trait in Stoic thought, not just because it helps other people, but because it feeds our hearts in the world of Stoicism. It teaches that generosity isn't just about sharing things, it's fundamentally about giving without expecting anything in return. Have you ever given something without expecting anything in return? Did you do something without expecting anything in return? Did that make you feel better? When we give without expecting anything in return, we become freer. Not only do we break free from the chains of greed and egoism, but we also build real relationships with the people around us. Kindness doesn't always have to mean giving a lot. Giving your time, information, or even just your money can be useful. A person who will listen and understand when someone is in need in modern life. People who are very wealthy and give a lot of their money to charity causes, or teachers who give their time to teach kids in poor. These actions not only enhance the quality of life for others, but also provide a deep sense of meaning and satisfaction for those who give. When they truly give themselves, it leads to spiritual growth. Freedom tells us that what matters most is not how much we own, but how much we do. Are you ready to talk about how we can use what we have to make the world a better place? 11. Be more giving in your life. Inequalities in life require everyone to deal with problems. Problems that may seem too big to handle, as if they could drown us in chaos and make us feel hopeless. But what if you could stay strong in the storm with a calm mind? Not bothered by the worst things that could happen, serenity is not a gift from the world. Inner strength is something we can all work on and reach. It protects us from harm, keeps the soul safe from intense feelings, and it is the real way to mental freedom. It is important, but do we truly understand and live this way? Being alive. Have you ever been in a tough spot where you felt completely out of control? Maybe it was the end of his career, or just the problems you face every day that make you feel down. Most of the time, our first response is panic, worry, or anger. But what if we could step back? Would we be able to find a way to stay cool and look at everything objectively? There is a more sensible and wise way forward. For a real-life example, think about he dealt with 27 years of great leaders, such as Nelson Mandela. Despite being incarcerated, he maintained his composure and patience, ultimately transforming into serenity, a symbol of peace and acceptance. It's not about escaping reality, it's about being able to stand firm, strong, and unshakable when you face it. Calmness. Have you ever imagined your life if you could maintain your composure in every situation? Take a step back and look at the situation. Serenity is the key to managing any storm. Number 12. Stay vigilant. We constantly purchase items in a world filled with them. Temptation's Stoicism serves as a reminder that careful purchasing is more than just we're in charge of how we use resources and how we feed our souls, right? Do we really need fancy things and expensive conveniences, or are we just being indulgent? Marcus Aurelius once asserted that individuals who become entangled in society's perpetual cycle, a joyful life is easy to find. All you need is to change the way you live. I'm not just talking about material things when I say consumption. A lot of the things we eat, wear, think and feel every day do the following. It's important to ask yourself if the things you eat and drink really make you feel calm. Running after the unnecessary. Today's culture pushes people to unconsciously buy things that aren't necessary. Do you enjoy online shopping and the endless stream of news on social media? Stoic philosophy says you should ask yourself if you really need all of these things, or if they are just making you feel bad. Happiness and freedom come from inside. Steve Jobs understood this. A simple life without any extraneous distractions, so he could concentrate on his primary objective, which is to encourage thoughtful purchasing. Let him focus on the things that were most important to him. Have you ever considered how your life could become lighter and more free if you drank more? Consumption, clothing and time are choices, but conscious spending is different. It's not just about controlling your behavior, it's also about choosing the best way for your mind. Soul number 13. Kindness. Have you ever considered the impact of kindness? A smile or a simple act of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. A simple act of kindness can ease the pain someone is going through. Philosophy teaches that kindness goes beyond how we treat others. How do we treat ourselves when we're kind to others? Grow a soul that is peaceful and free of greed, or think about examples of people who are kind in real life. Mother Teresa is an example. She spent her whole life helping the poor and sick, for no reason, and while not everyone can live like she did, the mere act of being kind in small, everyday ways can still have big effects. The world would be a better place if everyone was kind all the time. So, when and where can you start looking for people who might need your help today? Kindness is the act of giving without expecting anything in return. It helps us become better people in the eyes of other people, and after talking about the power of kindness, we'd like to introduce you to compassion, which is another very strong tool. It is not a sign of weakness, but rather of the strength to put others before ourselves. It wants to understand other people's pain and show understanding. Let's look more closely at the next part, number 14, which explores the amazing power of kindness. Stoic thought says that self-compassion is more than just being kind to yourself. Developing empathy for others and deepening our understanding of them is crucial. There is a popular saying that states, "Everyone you meet is human nature." Be kind when fighting a battle you don't understand. Have you ever experienced unjustified hurt or bad treatment? There is a clear reason why we might normally get angry, or, however, try to pause for a moment and consider what might have motivated them to act this way. Are they in discomfort or having a hard time that we can't see? Stoic philosophy tells us to deal with cruelty with understanding. Kindness is the key to forgiveness, not revenge. To free ourselves from criticism and reach a higher moral ground, let's look at the lives of those who, despite facing numerous challenges, like Mahatma Gandhi and the Dalai Lama, persevered. They constantly showed love and care for everyone, even those who Stoics believe that the best way to show kindness is to hurt others. It is important to love not only those who are easy to love, but also those who have lost their love. Consider what would happen if we could fix all wrongs with kindness. Caring about others not only makes their pain go away, but it also brings real peace. Being happy with ourselves is number 15. Peace of mind is essential for a fulfilling and worthwhile life, but it's not always straightforward to find for people with goals or no goals at all. Whether you are trying to be great or dealing with failures, the search for inner peace goes beyond what you do in the outside world. This lesson looks at the big differences between people who are successful and people who are unsuccessful in their search for inner peace. It does this by using inspiring examples to show the way to happiness and unity. How inner peace comes about. Inner peace is more than just not having any worry or strife. It's a deep understanding of yourself and a sense of balance. It happens when people's deeds, beliefs, and goals are in line with each other, making their inner world and the outside world peaceful. People who are successful know that this harmony leads to true happiness. On the other hand, unsuccessful people often pursue external short-term benefits and neglect the internal work necessary for achieving peace. Oprah Winfrey: why it's important to think about yourself. Media mogul and philanthropist. Oprah Winfrey often says that her success comes from being able to look inside herself and grow. She is aware that material wealth is not the only way to measure success, so she practices awareness and thanks. Oprah's rise from poverty to billionaire shows how important it is to prioritize your own happiness over public opinion. She once remarked, "You must discover what ignites your passion to illuminate the world in your unique manner." Because she constantly thinks about herself, she acts with purpose instead of feeling pressured. Elon Musk: strength in the face of chaos. Elon Musk, the creative businessman who started Tesla and SpaceX, works in high-stress situations where a lot is at stake. In spite of this, Musk has talked a lot about how positivity and toughness help him stay focused. While his accomplishments on the outside are huge, his ability to keep going even when things go wrong, like when SpaceX rockets keep exploding, shows how balanced he is on the inside. Musk's life shows us that inner happiness doesn't come from having a stress-free life. Instead, it comes from seeing problems as chances to grow. Simple Things and a Purpose by Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi's life is a magnificent example of how living a simple life and being in line with your purpose can bring you deep peace. Gandhi never wavered in his beliefs, even while he was in jail and leading a huge, peaceful resistance effort. His attention on inner unity helped him reach millions of people, showing that peace inside can lead to peace outside. According to Gandhi, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. The mistakes. People who are not successful make people who aren't successful often have trouble with inner peace because they focus too much on things like money, fame, or approval from other people. They keep getting stressed out and unhappy because they can't deal with their own problems. Looking for validation from outside. A lot of people who aren't successful think that material things or social approval make them happy. For instance, a person may put in years of hard work to climb the corporate ladder, only to discover that their accomplishments hold little value to them, as they were achieved primarily to please others rather than themselves. Because they don't know themselves well enough, they can't find real happiness. Not wanting to fail. A lot of people can't take risks or learn from mistakes because they're afraid of failing. People like Elon Musk see failure as a way to get better, but they see it as a threat to who they are. Feeling this way causes anxiety and hinders personal growth, making inner peace seem unattainable, not being able to let go. Holding on to grudges or regrets from the past can lead to a negative mental state. A lot of people who don't succeed think about what could have been instead of living in the moment and working for a better future. Fixation on this issue drains their energy and hinders the growth of inner peace. How to find and keep your inner peace. For everyone, no matter where they are on the success scale, finding inner peace takes work. Based on the experiences of both successful and unsuccessful individuals, follow these steps. Learn to be self-aware. Being aware of yourself is the key to mental peace. Think about your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors for a while. Writing in a journal or meditating can help you find trends in the way you act and make sure it fits with your values. Accept gratitude. Being grateful changes your attention from what you don't have to what you do have plenty of. A gratitude book, like the one Oprah Winfrey uses, is an effortless but powerful habit that anyone can pick up. Writing down a few things you're thankful for every day can change the way you think and make you feel calm. Don't worry about outside validation. Realize that happiness comes from inside, not from what other people say. You can stop feeling like you have to prove yourself by focusing on your growth and happiness. Open your mind to growth. You can learn to see problems and mistakes as chances to grow. When things go wrong for Elon Musk, he uses them as opportunities to learn. Having this attitude helps you stay strong and focused, even when things are going badly. Make your life easier. Like Gandhi, cut down on the things that are important to you and focus on them. Let go of things that are taking up your time and responsibilities that don't align with your ideals. Get help from a professional. If your inner turmoil is too much to handle, seeing a therapist or teacher can make a huge difference. Getting help from a professional can give you the tools and knowledge you need to get past emotional or mental blocks. The power of inner peace to change things. Having inner peace isn't just a personal goal. It can change groups, relationships, and even the world. When people like Gandhi or Oprah put their own happiness first, they have an effect on people far beyond themselves. They encourage others to look for balance and meaning in their lives, which spreads good vibes. In contrast, people who are unsuccessful often show their lack of inner peace through tense relationships, incorrect decisions, and missed chances. It's challenging to make a difference in the world if you don't have peace inside. Inner happiness is the best way to measure success, much more so than money or praise. People who are successful teach us that inner peace leads to focus, purpose, and strength, while people who are unsuccessful show us what happens when we ignore inner harmony. Everyone can start the path to mental peace by becoming more self-aware, grateful, and strong. Remember that the road is not straight, and you will have hurdles. However, perseverance and determination will lead you to inner peace. Gandhi said, "You may never know what results come from your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results." The path to inner peace is a transformative process that shows what success really means, living a life with meaning and balance. Everyone wants inner peace, but they often struggle to find it in harsh situations. Philosophy. Inner peace does not come from avoiding problems or seeking perfection in others. It comes from being able to deal with them. It's our thinking and attitude that help us deal with reality and control our emotions. We find peace by feeling good about life, not by circumstances. In our hearts, the smallest parts of daily life can bring us peace. Picture a morning when you wake up, even when you're under a lot of stress and pressure. As you get ready for work, you run into a traffic jam with loud horns and delays that make you angry and stressed out. This is a situation that almost everyone has experienced, so what is the most effective way to respond? Many of us experience worry, irritation, or even anger when faced with situations beyond our control. If you need to stop and take a deep breath, tell yourself that stressing doesn't help. Worrying about traffic won't make things better, but you could stay cool. Enjoy your favorite song on the radio or think about something positive. This change in how you think and feel helps you find peace in the midst of chaos. You might ask yourself, am I going to stop expecting everything to be perfect today? Just focus on controlling my thoughts. Will I experience a sense of calmness and lightness? Is not far away, and it is within your reach. Start by altering your approach. Your perspective on life transforms when you truly comprehend and apply the 15 lessons from Stoic philosophy. If you think about it, you'll see that there are many things in life that can make you. It's okay to feel judged or disrespected. What matters is how you respond. This will create a strong, steady, and self-controlled spirit that no one else has. At that point, people will respect you and them more than anyone else. You will learn to love and respect yourself. Walk with pride, knowing no one can treat you badly unless you let them. The path to getting respect isn't a far-off goal. It starts with how you treat yourself today. The world around you can't have peace or self-respect, and all you have to do is decide to take charge of your life. Everything else will change on its own, for the better. If you enjoyed the video, kindly hit the like button. I didn't leave a review with a 0, so we can keep making our content better and make it even better. Don't forget to subscribe to the station so you never miss a video. Stay calm and grow as a person in the next videos.